What is up, ninjas? My name is SenWorld, and in the words of one of you guys, Sen, you talk more than produce now. That's a very valid point. So in today's video, we're just gonna hit record on OBS, put my webcam on the top left corner, and make some music. And my hopes is that you get something out of it. But with that being said, if you want to support the channel, make sure to head over to evilsounds.com. Tonight, there will be a brand new Future Rave pack coming out for you guys called Future Rave with Ken Bauer. Very affordable. Me and Ken wanted to provide with you guys some amazing sounds at a very affordable price where we beat the competition. So hopefully you enjoy it. Other than that, let's get straight into this video. But let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is pick a kick. Now, usually when I pick a kick, in order to ensure that the kick I'm picking is going to be in the vibe that I like, if I have a reference, I'll be going back and forth here, hearing the song, and then going A and B with the kick. Essentially, what I'm looking at is the tone, the clickiness, etc. Okay, now from here, I do have a plugin that I usually run with the kick, and it's called the Oscillascope. Now, the reason I love this plugin is because I will then put it on my bass, and then from there, I can guarantee that I'm getting a perfect sidechain. Okay, so from there, we're going to open up Serum and utilize one of the basses from the Future Rave with Ken Bauer pack. Again, very affordable, $14.99. Now, I'm going to be opting to go with more of a rolling bass, so I'm going to go with the rolling basses that they've provided. From here, we land on this one. Now, the bass sounds cool, but as you can hear, there's maybe a bit too much reverb. Now, usually what I'll do, since I've been starting to work more heavily on music, is when it comes to the presets as a sound designer, I try to make them sound nice for you guys. But the moment that I put them in a song, I always get rid of stuff that I don't agree should go with the bass, like reverb, delay, phasers, and stuff like that. The kind of bass that I want for this is probably just so usually I'll like sing So we're gonna hit the there we go, and then go yep sounding like that Tita Loud track. All right, cool. So from there, again, I like to run that Oscillos, so I'm gonna copy and paste that to Serum here. Okay, cool. So from there we have the bass and the kick. Now the bass, let's color it blue, so that way we can see what's going on. And now we have that. So we're going to zoom in here. Now, the funny thing with the bass is that they say that if you can line up the phase of the kick and the bass, and that means, as you can see, we're going to have the bass here, and it has its own phase, down, up, down, up. That's the simplest way to see it. And if it lines up with the kick, then you don't need a sidechain. But you can see it lines up here and there, but you can see here polar opposite. So just something to keep in mind. I always believe in using the proper sidechain, but there are ways of having the kick and the bass align well. All right, from there, let's add an open hat, and I'm just gonna pick a quick one. All right, from there, let's add an open hat. I've become more of a MIDI person myself ever since I started doing more tech house stuff. The main reason is humanization and just getting the open hat to sound a bit alive. So we're gonna go with open hat 5 from the Illusions pack, and then we're just gonna go on C here. Just add a little humanization to it here and there. We can't add swing to anything like this, but the idea is just to get the open hat to kind of bob. From there, we're gonna one-shot it and add a bit of a fade out. All right, so now we're gonna pick a lead that we can mess around with, more of the fun part. Okay, so we're gonna go into the lead section and see what we can find. I'm looking for something classic. There we go. I swear, always the more simple, the better, because then you can put reverb and push it a little harder. We can go with the traditional rhythm like David Guetta has used before, but let's see, maybe we could go a little fun here. I think this one sounds nice. Okay, G maybe. Let's go with the 5th, which is the D. Too high up, too high up. Maybe do that little trick that David Guetta likes to do, Morten. There we go. Yeah, that sounds nice. Okay, we're gonna get rid of the reverb and the delay. We'll leave maybe the chorus and hyper, but we'll see if we get rid of it, because the idea is that I want to push this lead as much as I can. The David Guetta sound with Morten is just very processed in terms like very push, very aggressive. So we're gonna try and do something similar. I'm gonna use a compressor on it just to gain back some of that attack. There we go. That lead sounds more like it. Okay, so from there, let's try and get that reverb that David Guetta uses a lot. I do want to bring that reverb up a bit more, so we're going to add glue on it to get a more stable reverb, so it's not too dynamicful, but we want it in our face. That's the idea. I'm going to try adding some noise to this sound on the top. I feel like it might sound good. Just a bit of noise. That mod wheel's fun because it allows that. I wonder what the 5th. I'm going to set up effects just because the moment you have a loop that sounds decent, you want to start moving it forward, or else you're going to get stuck in La La Land, and you'll start to realize what you need in the track. So what I'm going to do is go into packs, just get like the effects going. It'll be something like that. No open hat probably on the first part of the drop. I'm going to elongate these basses just because I feel like it's missing it. And then from there, let's just come up with it now. Ba-ba, 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 ba-ba. Then we'll go with something here, like... Just hit that, ba-ba, ba-ba. Just trying to go up the scale here, but in a very cool way where it sounds sort of like epic. So back in the days of trance, the symmetry would be pa 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 pa. You would have a lot of melodies that would go up the scale, but would create like this very gnarly sort of emotional vibe. And then just give it maybe a better groove. Better groove. Let's see. Yeah, just hit it here. Yeah, there we go. And then from there, maybe like da 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 da. Pa 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 going back to that fifth note, which creates a lot of epicness. There we go. And then the response will be maybe like da 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 da. Maybe go down. Da da nene, maybe nene up. So let's see what we got. Da ba da. Da 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 da. There we go. Okay. And then I think I'm gonna do what most people do after 4 bars, and this is back from the days they would do like a harmonization before we reach that last part. It just helps create a lot more variation and bring you like motion into this. So, and then here I'm gonna go down to D sharp, which is gonna be like harmonic because D sharp chord is gonna have these guys right here. It's gonna sound good. Or sorry, the G. So I think it's a D sharp major. And then we're gonna have this follow it to D sharp. And maybe back to F. And then this would go up to F, and then we would repeat. So the reason I compress is just so maybe there's something stable that we can use. And then we're going to EQ the reverb as well so that it fits in the song. Huh? To Valhalla, I don't think it sounds that clean to be helpful, and the reason for that is, again, I think this is the reverb that they actually use for their track. Yeah, saturate that hat a bit just to give it balls. Yes. Do need like a bit of noise on that drop as well. Could put it like here, yeah. More full, so we're gonna go with a pad as well, which is probably just gonna follow the bottom note. It's not gonna harmonize too much, or else we're gonna lose the drop. And again, just use a pad. They didn't give us any, but maybe the CHs could help here. Yep, they sound like they would fill some good stuff up. Let's Command J this for now, and then we're just gonna put this here, move it there, and we're gonna exit out of that. Yeah, just boom, boom, boom. Yeah, and then higher up too. We don't want that like there. Let's see if there's any good mods too. That works. Yeah, that's what we want there. Like so. I'm also going to put an auto filter just to add a bit of movement to it. The idea is that we don't want it too static. Sounds cool. Top part sounding a little cheesy, so we're gonna have to mess with that, but we can fix it through here. It's just that flanger we added. Maybe the it could be higher up. We need. And then we're gonna get with the vibes and drown it in reverb. I swear, that's what we need. This medium amount, not too much. Just a bit of movement. Now the pad can't do much because the big lead is there, right? So it's all a puzzle. We got to make room for it, but I know this is going to add some good depth, so we're going to keep it. But again, we're going to have to cripple it enough so that the lead still pops through. Okay, let's move this down. Yep, there it is. Of course, we're going to sidechain that one because I want the lead to be in the front, but I don't want the pad to that be. So we're going to put an L full, but not too much, just a bit, just to give it a little bit of, yeah, like this. Okay, and now let's see if we can mess with more. That's the good thing about presets with that. That mod wheel's just, yeah, cut off. Okay. So I like this one, but I feel like we do need one more pad layer. And when we layer, it's not that I want a same sound. I just want another pad that's going to give me a little bit more of the bottom end. The good shit, as I say. That's too, yeah. I might have to go with the Reese, which we have a couple in this. Oh, there it is. I'm telling you, Johnny, this is where it's at. Fire. Come on, one more, baby. One more. Yeah, baby. And then that one might get more, yeah. We're going to hit it again with some noise. It seems to be what these Future Rave guys do. Not talking about David Guetta or Morten, but just the people following the trend. So we're going to hit it with some downlifter too. Now, the question is, do I have a long-ass one that I can use for noise in the Illusions pack? Nah. Okay, we do need to control that white noise a bit. So we're going to do that. Just to make sure. And again, we're gonna maybe add. This one doesn't need all the filter, we're just on top. Yep. This one we do want to sidechain more. So here we can do a couple things. We can go up an octave. We could layer up. We can add more drums, which is what I intend to do. But now we're gonna go maybe higher up. Yeah, that's the cheesy way. I'm not gonna do that. Instead, I'm gonna layer up another lead to go with it. Yeah, that works, but it's fucking like phasing some weird kind of shit, huh? I swear, some producers, that's how they live. Accidental mistakes, and there you go. It's a new song. Then I'm going to use the permanence lead. Oh, Lord, have mercy on that. We're going to envelope this. Again, knowing a bit of sound design helps so that you can get... Oh, yeah, I like that. We just want the top end, maybe. Oh, maybe the energy goes up there. Now you can see this guy's getting the saturation too. Let's not be lazy and let's. This is a hard one. I think what I'm going to do is mid-side EQ. I think that makes more sense. I need to know my tools better, man. So mid-side EQ, we're going to get that middle signal down. Hey! There it is! So mid-side EQ, this guy is down the center. That means that if I were to run an EQ on this on the sides, well, that proved me wrong, but the sound is coming directly from the center of the mix. Oh my God, I put it on the wrong one. What an idiot I am. But what that means is that the side sounds like this. It's the best way to explain it. But in the middle is where majority of this lead is, which actually we want to kind of do. And now on this guy, we're going to get rid of that mid signal, not all of it, just that part. And we're going to make room for this guy. Another EQ, just get rid of low end we don't need. And then the sides will be allowed out. Now from there, I'm going to get rid of the highs on this guy because I'm not liking the way when it hits the bottom note how it sounds. I mean, it could be this guy. So in fact, this one too. There's just too much adding of that low note. So maybe on this layer, we get rid of that. Okay, let's see. Because I'm definitely not liking the way this guy's sounding on the bottom note. Maybe key track it. That just makes the filter move. Okay, so I need to come up with like a solution to this. So what I think I'm going to do is lower this guy down, put a velocity, have the top notes just go max. And these bottom notes, I'm going to lower the velocities down on them. Let's see if that works because I'm not liking the way they sound. Okay, that's better. And now we hear the damn click really loud. That's just because we got to add that velocity to it too. Cool. Solving problems with the. I made a video about this today. It was the most overlooked modulation. But again, if people know how to use it, they know how to use it. Kind of want to add a delay to these guys. I feel like it might do good. So we're going to try it out. Probably like an echo. I think would work just to give it a bit more of... There's something I'm looking for. It's almost there in terms... The mix isn't going to be there. It needs a lot of love, but I'm trying to get the energy, which I want. And I'm almost there, I feel like. I swear the reverb might be too much, but I want to diffuse this more. Maybe a bit of Haas to get this one wide. I hear it a lot in the David Guetta record, so I feel like it might be a good thing to do. Okay, let's get rid of it there. Now let's see if we can add some drums into this. So I think the first thing is some claps. Now with this genre, it feels like everything needs to be energetic depending on what you're making. This is my creation. I don't make a lot of Future Rave, but I love making the sounds for it. And I like having fun making it. Who knows? If I get a good vocalist, maybe I can release a track in it. But what I'm going to do is go with maybe some claps. But I need something strong. Like that. Sure. And then since it's a collab, we'll turn that one red. Oh yeah. Way to slow down the beat. Nah, it slows it down. Maybe we should do pop. Try the clap. I feel like we need one, but I need to enlist the help of another pack because I think that one I need a Cashmere's pack help. He has some really good like the kind of claps, which I want. Cool. I'm not messing with the open hat that much anymore. I think it's safe to say know when to give up. Maybe we can use one from the Reverb Volume 5. I'm going to elongate some of these notes just to give it more, yeah? Wide. Length. Now we do want to process the bass a bit, so all we're going to do is hit it with a bit of saturator. The key is to push it good, but not get too carried where we start to distort it. That's good. So you bring these sounds to life. Let's put the LFO filter here now. Move that click like so. Yeah. Gonna add some sidechain to the kick, from the kick to the lead. I want that click to pop more. Okay, on the pads, let's just add maybe like a bit of flavor. I'm gonna experiment with maybe having this stay straight all the way. These claps, I wish they were a little more like higher frequency based. Maybe if I add highs to them like this, because sounds better. Alright guys, so as I was recording, for some reason my microphone stopped picking up on the last 1/4 of the video. So I'm going to explain to you guys the last few things that I did to finish off this little drop, which sounds half decent. First off, I added like a master, which we're going to talk about, but I also added a couple of little things. Number one was an endless smile. Just because I saw it in a David Guetta video of him making Future Rave, but the audio from the desktop wasn't the best quality. We didn't really get to hear the mix, which I have my questions about. But this right here, just using it to do the build up, which helps. Endless Smile is a great plugin, which is like a wash. Building it up. Yeah, then we added this sick, gnarly LFO, which is as well from the pack. It's all FX slowdown, which just has that really nice. And then the Endless Smile creates some whoosh. So that way, the Valhalla vintage verb that we had doing the Future Rave reverb, which I think we can lower down a bit, can get even more to whoosh it. And then, of course, Cashmere snare fill. Okay, then from there we got another pack, the BS Detroit preset lead, which again I put it in EQ8, and one of the cool things about Ableton is that you can click MIDI overdub in automation arm and then record some cool automations. For example, if I wanted to do it again, I would do this. As you can see there, and then we can just copy and paste that. It lets you add a bit of humanization, but I also find it a lot more fun to implement these kind of things when you're using Ableton like this, because it makes it more tactile, like more organic. I feel like when you do these automations instead of going, okay, I'm just gonna click through. So it's pretty cool. Okay, secondly comes in, and towards the end, once we added this master, kind of certain things start to pick up that you can clean, and the lead just had too much heights. In fact, the main lead also had a bit too much heights, which OTT can cause. Hence, OTT there. So always good to kind of numb that a bit. You'll be able to know because you'll compare your track to the rest, and yours will sound too digital. Like this one still sounds digital in a sense that it could sound warmer, but again, it's not too bad as it was before. Boom, boom, boom. Future Rave with Ken Bauer. Get the pack. All right. Cool. From there, we do have this really cool plugin called Bassroom. I always recommend this to people because I know a lot of the people, you guys that follow me, we all have jobs and we want to make music, but we want to be as efficient as possible. And one of the hardest things is to get the low end right. Even when you follow tutorials to the brim and you nail everything, you still feel like it's not there. This thing always helps so much in just demystifying the whole last part of the bass. If you do everything right, you sidechain properly, you don't get too crazy with the bass and do crazy weird stuff, this thing comes in very clutch. The way it works is, again, routed reference. I resampled something from Beatport. I think it was like a David Guetta track. Highlighted the drop area and created some targets. Okay. In fact, we'll redo this now so you can see the difference that it makes. From there, I'm just gonna leave it like so. We're gonna hit play, and then this is gonna give me some targets to hit. There, I'm going to make up the volume loss. You can see it's telling me there. And then I am going to ease up on this master because this master is just going hard. It's the newbie master, bro. It's not a good one. Lord have mercy. From there, we use Gullfoss. Now, when using bass drum, obviously your low end should be decent, so you can use Gullfoss. Tame will usually help in just getting it to sound a little cleaner. Again, put in work when it comes to the mix. You know, this is just something that I made in an hour live for you guys and stuff. So I'm just putting it like so for the low end. Usually this is what I will do though, and then allow it to hit the highs. Okay, so this is pretty cool for that. It just helps clean stuff up without it. Now you can see we have a very decent mix according to this thing because it's not doing crazy fluctuations. The mix is pretty, well, not decent, but it doesn't care about how it sounds if it sounds too distorted. I think this is too saturated, to be fair, but it doesn't care about that stuff. It just cares in terms of the frequency layout, how it looks. So that's pretty cool. Fake Ozone Master, I always use this whenever I'm working on music and I want to get a little feel for how it sounds like. And of course, Pro 2 with EDM aggressive and tight. Now, if this was to be a legit song where I'm not making a tutorial for YouTube in a day, I would put a little bit more effort into stuff like this, the melody, etc., making it sound not too generic. But again, I'm trying to teach you guys just some of the basics that it takes to create something like this. All right, guys, and that is going to be the end of the video. Hopefully, you guys got something out of it. And if you did, then my mission is accomplished. Again, if you want to support the channel, make sure to head over to evilsounds.com where you can find the Future Rave sound sets. Future Rave with Ken Bauer will be out tonight. And the Future Rave Illusions pack is out there as well if you want to utilize it. With that being said, thank you guys so much for joining me. Hopefully you enjoyed. And other than that, you guys have a great rest of your day.